I share with you my next 5X stock that I literally just started buying. And this stock could actually end up being way more than a 5X. I just feel like a 5X is what I'm looking for in this stock. Let me show you how many shares I own so far of the stock, okay? As of right now, I own 5,000 shares of this stock. And to guess, these ones will absolutely decimate the VT. I'm down over $1 million in the chef. Over $1 million if you add up all my different accounts. As you're seeing there, you know, basically lost everything in the stock. That's $250,000.
One last thing before bed. The ultimate loss. You never seen something like this before. Jeremy Lefebvre is down $995,655 for a total loss of 84.86% on Tattooed Chef.
I was a little hurt earlier today. I got to be honest, a little hurt. And, you know, the way I kind of view the private stock group is it's kind of like an extended family, right?
I've accepted my fate. Funny thing is, I took out my 401k. He cashed out his 401k. He transferred to an IRA and invested it in Tattooed Chef, down 83% or more in the last year. Voyager, 0. Very good food company, absolutely annihilated. Planet 13, Honest and Corsair. So yeah, I'm done.
Private stock group, I will say it bothers me. It bothers me quite considerably, actually. And, you know, earlier after the chef earnings came out, I feel like there was several people that were kind of like attacking me. I interpreted it as like, Jeremy, you don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore. You're clueless. That's how it came across to me.
Tattooed Chef delisted. TTCF is done. Say no to Jeremy, financial education. What I am doing with TTCFQ.
Jeremy from Financial Education is a fraudster. He's a scammer. He's an idiot. He's a moron. But we posted a video a year and a half ago about Tattooed Chef. And he went on blast with us and said, these guys don't get it. I do my thorough research before I look at any numbers. How's it looking for you now there, Jeremy? How about Voyager? Voyager Digital is down 99% since he said to buy it. 99 effing %.
To be completely honest, I have never had an unfortunate experience to see any of my stock with a Q at the end. It's so sad to see Tattooed Chef is joining the rank of the very good food company, traded at around $9 million valuation, because it's been crashing around 20% per day for 3 days straight. Congratulations, Jeremy. Your 10X stock just graduated to pink sheets from NASDAQ.
I'm sorry Jeremy is telling us lessons he learned, because he's supposed to be the guy that's teaching you, but instead he's learning lessons and destroying your portfolio and charging you for it. So we are paying to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, I have to leave the community and unsubscribe. Good for you. Who's next? Fubo? Yeah. Oatly? Yeah. And on and on. Yes, Jeremy can take his $1 million loss and move on like a lesson learned. But for many people, that is extremely hard on limited income. I wish you the best of luck.
If you don't already know, there are 3 types of stocks. I am just quoting the Wolf of Wall Street. The blue chips is at the top of the line. Model material, Wall Street darling stocks that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. They cost between $300 to $500. Then came the NASDAQ that are pretty, not perfect. They cost between $200 to $300. And finally, there were the pink sheets. They cost about $100 or less a pop. Those are very risky and a hazard to your health. Ironic for Tattooed Chef. What is TTCFQ? No, it doesn't mean it's a tech stock. What happens now to Tattooed Chef? Will I buy TTCFQ? I will explain it all right after this.
How you like that? How you like that? Nah, look at you, now look at me. Look at you.
Welcome back, everyone. everyone to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about macroeconomy, stocks, bonds, and commodity markets. If you like any of these topics, you are intelligent. That's why you're here. And you know what to do, and push my button if you like what you see in today's video. Because you're already a success, it is done when you join the Audacious Money Witch Club. This video is brought to you by my website. If you're a good boy, go to audaciousmoneywitch.square.site to add more meaning into your life. If you play your cards right and completely submit like my good boys do, then I will take you under my wing. Author of best-selling books, Goddess Cheryl. My good boys always get rewarded handsomely. You are such a good boy. You like hearing that, don't you? You want to get into the bookstore. You want it to be real. You want it to be true. You want to join the Audacious Money Witch Club, don't you?
Can we please talk about this guy and these super creepy, weird faces he keeps making? I mean, seriously, who on earth would take financial advice from somebody who takes pictures like this?
It hurts to sell. I have 2K shares at a $17 cost basis, which is big for my portfolio.
Got a friend, Belly. He's always talking. He's been talking a lot of trash about my stocks recently, saying they're so bad and they're gonna do horrible and they're gonna way underperform the VT and whatnot, which he puts all his money in. So, we started this competition yesterday. Yeah, we'll track this over the next couple years. I'll have it linked in the description, and we'll see how VT does against my super bad, horrible stocks that are gonna underperform the market. Time will tell.
Took a $105K loss on it. It's a long road back to recover these funds. You might never recover that. Think about if you had put 105K into an index fund and you let that compound over your lifetime, how much money you would have in retirement. Jeremy didn't cost this guy $105,000. Jeremy probably cost this guy $400,000, $500,000, depending on this guy's time horizon. This is financial manslaughter.
The letter Q added to the end of a stock symbol is not a good sign for investors. Q means the company is in the midst of bankruptcy proceedings. The SEC warns investors to steer clear of Q stock. Unless you have carefully reviewed the proposed bankruptcy reorganization plan and it looks like the company will come out of the financial trouble on top. In many cases, however, the company's old stock, labeled with a Q indicator, is dissolved after the proceedings. TTCFQ is a Chapter 11 Q stock. Corporations filing for reorganization under Chapter 11 bankruptcies might retain their existing stock but are generally delisted from major exchanges and are forced to trade on the secondary markets. A Q is added to the end of the corporation stock ticker symbol to indicate the company is in bankruptcy proceedings. Current stockholders might either attempt to sell their shares in the secondary markets or ride the storm out, hoping the company and its related stock regain profitability. So, should you buy TTCFQ? Stock for 9 cents a share now that it's traded on the OTC pink sheets? There are a couple things to consider. First, oftentimes during bankruptcy's reorganization, the company retains its old common stock, the Q stock, on the secondary market and issues new stock shares under the reorganized business. Each stock will have different ticker symbols, and the new stock issue will not have a Q. Investors holding the old common stock still run the risk of losing their money despite a successful reorganization, because new investors will most likely purchase the stock offered by the reorganized company rather than the stock issued prior to the corporation's bankruptcy. I remember when Hertz filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. A lot of people, they actually jumped in to buy the old shares. Hertz suddenly became a meme stock. Hertz was a profitable company to begin with. It was affected by the lockdown. That's why everyone wanted a piece. It went up hundreds of percentage before the old shares going worthless. Hertz Global Holdings Incorporated trades on OTC pink sheets as HTZGQ. Hertz announced that it has successfully completed its Chapter 11 restructuring process and has emerged as a financially and operationally stronger company that is well positioned for the future. Shares of Hertz common stock will continue to be publicly traded on the over-the-counter market until such time as the company relists on a national securities exchange. The new ticker symbols effective July 1st will be HTZZ for Hertz common stock. Notice the new ticker will be replacing the old one with a Q at the end. TTCFQ is the old one. I don't think there will be a new ticker simply because this terrible management team is incompetent to run a public company. They are probably going back to be a private company because they don't really give a crap about anyone. I have to say Hertz was a really rare case where they had a successful reorganization. Because they own so many used cars, and after 2020, so much money was pumped out there. Some used car prices were actually higher than new cars. That was outrageous situation. Tattooed Chef is a totally different situation. The management is untrustworthy to begin with. They don't know how to market their products, and their advertising campaigns were completely failures. They deleted their YouTube channel after they spent $200 million making those videos and getting those views. Now they don't have cash to burn, their revenue don't have growth either. The business has a long way from not losing a lot of money, let alone to be profitable. On their 10K risk factors, they said our recurring losses and significant accumulated deficit have raised substantial doubt regarding our ability to continue as a going concern. We may be unable to sustain our revenue growth rate, and as our costs increase, generate sufficient revenue to return to profitability over the long term. It said over the long term, which means there is a great chance they will never be profitable, ever. We may require additional financing to achieve our goals, and a failure to obtain this necessary capital when needed on acceptable terms or at all may negatively impact our product manufacturing and development and other operations. In addition, other unanticipated costs may arise. We may not be able to obtain additional funds, including through public equity or debt financings or other sources. Such financing may result in dilution to stockholders, imposition of debt covenants and repayment obligations, or other restrictions that may adversely affect our business. Our future capital requirements depend on the expenses associated with our marketing initiatives. Investment in manufacturing to expand manufacturing and production capacity. The costs required to fund our growth. Any lawsuits related to our products or commenced against us. The expenses needed to attract and retain skilled personnel. The cost associated with being a public company. We may continue to be in a position of non-compliance with financial covenants. Our credit facility contains a financial covenant that requires us to maintain a minimum negative $30 million of consolidated adjusted EBITDA for the trailing 2 quarters period ended December 31st, 2022. We were not in compliance with the adjusted EBITDA minimum requirement as of December 31st, 2022, and as of the date our 10K were issued. We are subject to substantial customer concentration, with only 4 customers accounting for approximately 62% of our net revenue for the year ended December 31st, 2022. If we fail to retain existing customers, derive revenue from existing customers consistent with historical performance, or acquire new customers cost effectively, our business could be adversely affected. It's quite interesting that none of Jeremy's video talked about this risk. In fact, he rarely talks about risks, if not at all. He is a horrible investor, like the chef.
Jeremy from Financial Education just got caught with his pants down. That's right, he lied to his entire audience. It's amazing to me that people think that this guy has their best interest in heart. This guy, with a smile on his face, will lie to you as you lose all of your money.
Remember when they said they were going to invest in robotic to cut costs because of high labor costs? That's a huge red flag. They literally told us they were going to spend all their cash on marketing and, quote, investing their dollars in manufacturing to reach $1 billion in revenue. What a joke. They didn't even know where their sales were coming from and how much real demand for their products. Tattooed Chef doesn't scale. The mark of the Q. The Q is never actually removed from the stock in question's ticker symbol because it differentiates the pre-bankruptcy stock from the post-bankruptcy stock. This letter remains an important part of the stock's ticker symbol. Otherwise, potential investors would not be aware that they are purchasing stock involved in a bankruptcy that might become worthless on the markets once new stock is issued under the reorganized corporation. From the SEC website, regardless of the type of bankruptcy a company files under, any common stock in a bankrupt company is likely to be worthless. That is because the common stock, that is, equity, is the last in line to receive what's available to be distributed in a bankruptcy proceeding. Creditors, including bondholders, suppliers, and employees, all come before the holders of the company's common stock. And even if a company successfully reorganizes, its plan of reorganization often cancels the existing shares of common stock. Will I buy TTCFQ? No, I will not. I will not spend any fresh cash into an unprofitable company who deletes its own YouTube channel. Just because they thought no one was watching. Well, it's out there now, we remember. A business is supposed to be a money-making machine. A company that loses a ton of money nonstop is only for the losers to speculate. Make your life simple by investing high-quality businesses. I have the Ultimate Investing Checklist ebook for free for you because you watched this video till the end. Congratulations. I hope it's not a total loss for you with the chef. You are such a good boy. You are such a good boy for watching my video right till the end. Bye.